In this last part of the lesson, we will focus on the other parts of the UN. In addition to the 6 principal organs mentioned before, in fact, the UN system includes a number of other committees, funds, programs, agencies that operate all around the globe that are known as the UN system or the UN family. There are many of them. Among these, we can find the UN Children's Fund, UNICEF, which is the UN agency concerned with improving the health and nutrition of children and mothers throughout the world. The World Health Organization, the Food and Agriculture Organization, the UN Educational, Scientific and Cultural Organization, the UN High Commissioner for Refugees, the World Food Programme, the UN Human Rights Council, which is an intergovernmental UN body responsible for the promotion and protection of human rights around the globe. Human rights is the 3rd pillar of the UN. The International Telecommunication Union, the UN Specialized Agency for Information and Communications Technology. It works on issues such as access to the internet, the allocation of radio spectrum and satellite orbits, connections between telephone networks around the world, and so on. And the UN Office for Outer Space Affairs, which promotes a peaceful use of outer space by, for example, registering objects launched into space and other things. But there are many, many others. Another part of the UN is certainly goodwill ambassadors. Many famous people collaborate with the UN agencies and programs to help bring attention to the work done by the UN, raise funds, and inspire and motivate ordinary people to become involved in the work of the UN. Goodwill ambassadors, in italiano lo traduciamo con ambasciatori di buona volontà. For example, Angelina Jolie is the ambassador of the UN High Commissioner for Refugees. Millie Bobby Brown is a UNICEF ambassador, and Gianluigi Buffon is the ambassador for the World Food Program. Not every famous person can become a goodwill ambassador. They must have demonstrated commitment before they are appointed. Quindi prima di essere, insomma, designati ambasciatori devono aver dimostrato di essere interessati alla missione, insomma. Ecco. Has the UN achieved any of its aims, of the aims that we talked about before? Well, since 1945, the UN has negotiated more than 170 peace settlements that have ended regional conflicts. Peace settlements means accordi di pace. It has run more than 70 peacekeeping missions, and you can check by yourselves the ongoing peacekeeping operations by visiting the official UN website. Here's the link if you're interested. But you will see that as of 2020, there are 13 ongoing peacekeeping operations across 3 continents carried out by some 100,000 men and women from all over the world. And countries currently hosting missions include Cyprus, India, and Congo. More than 50 million refugees escaping persecution and violence have received help from the UN Refugee Agency. The UN has created a set of international laws to protect human rights with the Universal Declaration of Human Rights. This is Eleanor Roosevelt holding the Universal Declaration of Human Rights. During the first UN water decade, which was a 10-year period between 1981 and 1990, designated by the United Nations to bring attention and support for clean water worldwide. Well, during these first UN water decade, more than 1 billion people gained access to safe drinking water for the first time in their lives. And then the World Food Programme provides food to 90 million people in 80 countries every year. UN education programs for women have helped to raise the female literacy rate in developing countries from 36% in 1970 to 79% in 2007. And then last but not least, polio, which is an infectious disease caused by a virus, often causing muscle weakness and inability to move that can lead to death, has been virtually eliminated from all countries except for Afghanistan, India, Nigeria, and Pakistan as a result of the Global Polio Eradication Initiative, the largest international public health initiative to date. Here in this last slide, you can find helpful links and other information that you can use to learn more about the United Nations if you're interested. And that's it. Remember that if you couldn't understand something for whatever reason, you can comment down below the video and I'll reply as soon as possible. And also remember to check the link to the script of this lesson in the video description and also the link to the Prezi presentation. Thank you all so much for listening. Bye bye.